A very warm welcome to the weekly Forex forecast for the 22nd of April. Hope you're well. We're looking at the markets for the following week. Before I do that, just to let you know that all the information is for educational purposes only. Trade at your own risk. So I'm delighted to welcome you to the weekly Forex forecast for the 22nd of April. And as we saw last week, we had very low volumes towards the end of the week, but I suspect that we'll see volumes pick up this week. And so for those people who are new to my YouTube channel, where I do a weekly Forex forecast every weekend, I go through the charts, and the green flags on the right are parabolic trends to the upside, very powerful, strong trends, and the red flags are powerful downtrends. And I'll go through each one of those and I'll give you my favorite trades, and I'll give you the targets as well. So not only will I confirm the trends, I will confirm the targets. If you want to become a VIP member, then of course I will give you the targets, the trailing stops, and the continuation trends, so you can follow them as you wish. So onto the DXY. This index helps us to guide us into which direction the US dollar is going. So we do have strength in the US dollar to the upside to 106.84 this week. So that correlation will indicate that there's further downside momentum for the euro dollar, the pound US dollar, US yen to the upside, Aussie USD to the downside, New Zealand USD to the downside. So I'll cover those in the next few minutes. So target for the US dollar is muted. As you can see, there's a liquidity zone here. Strong selling orders are setting up here, but nonetheless further upside is likely after a pullback to 106.84. Excuse my voice, it's a bit croaky. Japanese yen futures are an important aspect of our trading. We trade differently to everybody else, and so therefore we use correlation and convergence as our tools. So we can see that the price is weak on the yen futures, which indicates further upside for the yens in the coming days and the coming weeks. And I'll cover those ones that are trending in the next few minutes. The yen futures, as long as it continues into this market structure, as you can see, lower highs and lower lows, then we can expect the price to go down to 63.73. Now the Swiss franc futures, this helps us to guide us as to which direction the Swiss francs are going. They're all weak at the moment. However, the Swiss franc futures hit our target 111.20 in the week, and we do have a target of 109.07. However, it is sitting on a very strong support zone, demand area, and so there is some liquidity here for the price to go higher. It has come up back up to this resistance line, but we do expect this to go down to 109.07. Dow Jones, congratulations members on the Dow Jones if you sold it. Each day I do a video on demand analysis, full market analysis, and I'll give you the trailing stops and the targets. Hit our target of 37,348. So now, in terms of next week, we could see a bounce here. If you can see this strong support zone here, 37,348, which was our target, we could see the price now start to move back up, but we don't have any clarity at the moment. All the sellers are in, so that could get broken, but so it's not quite clear yet as to where it goes. We'll have to see on Monday and Tuesday. The Nasdaq is slightly different in that it's not hitting on a major support liquidity zone. So our target is 16,347, this support area, but we do expect this price to come back up to 17,333, which was our target for last week. Congratulations if you hit it, and then roll over to 16,347. Well, the Hang Seng has gone weak. We have all the sellers are in on the Advanced Pro charts, and for members you'll know exactly what these are. And you don't have to own the charts to benefit, just become a member, and then of course you'll get the full analysis every day. So we do expect this to continue. The target is 15,204 on the Hang Seng. I'll update you daily. So if you want to become a member, it's £30 a month and you get full market analysis every day, Monday to Friday. During the New York session, I do a 15-minute video on demand. You can watch it anytime, after work, before work, whatever you want to do. It will include all the strong trends. It will include all the stops and losses, stop losses, and the targets. And it covers all the markets: Forex, oil, gold, indices, Bitcoin, and I'll give you regular updates throughout the day in Telegram. The S&P 500, congratulations again, members, if you traded this down to 5036, which was our target from last week. And we have continued downtrend into liquidity down here. The first target is 4919 and then heading for 4738. Similar situation for the DAX. Let me widen that out for you. We can see it's in market structure to the downside. 17481 is your target for this week, and then on to 1700, isn't it really? So, but then of course you can see the liquidity zone where there's going to be demand for this price at 16529. Bitcoin is looking promising for this week in terms of the price action charts, and I often talk about convergence rather than divergence. Divergence is powerful, convergence is even more powerful. So convergence basically means that the price is coming into multiple areas of confluence, and so therefore what that means is coming into a liquidity zone, this blue area, and it's hitting a major support area as well. If we get 2 or 3 support lines or areas of interest coming into the price, then it's highly likely the price is going to go up. So your target for this week is 71,000. On to commodities. Gold is still trending to the upside. We have a target of 2493 for this week. Okay, if you saw my YouTube channel, then you've seen the long-term analysis to 25.55 and now on to 27.98. So some big moves are coming. This is a safe haven. This is not a dollar trade. This is a safe haven. Congratulations, by the way, on all the members, where we've had way over 3,400, 3,500 pips in the last few weeks. Well done to you guys. Further downside momentum is likely on the euro dollar because the DXY is looking stronger, albeit muted. We do expect a little bit of pullback back up to 106.97 and then on to 105.50, this week's target. Similar situation for the pound USD, of course. That coincides with the DXY again. Further strength in the dollar will confirm the fall in the pound USD to 123.20 and then on to 121.10. US yen is looking red hot, and as long as it holds on to market structure, which it should do this week, a pullback is likely. With low volumes on Monday, remember, it's only when New York opens do we see some movement. So we do expect this price to come up to our last week's target, which was 152. Hit that, and then 155, and then on to 160.50. Remember, I'm only interested in strong trends. So if I haven't covered anything, it means that it's not trending. So silver's not trending, oil's not trending. Don't trade anything that's not got a powerful trend. So the Aussie USD hit our target for this week, 63.60. Congratulations, right on the button. And we do expect further downside momentums. It might not be as steep as this. So let's move this up to this area here, because that's where liquidity is for buyers setting up for the institutions. So our target is 62.79. Similar situation for the Kiwi, of course. They do exactly the same thing. Don't trade both. Further downside is likely. However, it's muted, as you can see, by the liquidity zone, so not much movement there, 58.42. US Canadian to the upside, again muted again because of the liquidity zone, but highly likely to go to 139.38. The only trend in play is the Swiss yen. So we do expect this price to come down a little bit in the next few days, but then head for 171.02. Now the Canadian Swiss and all the Swisses are looking very weak. They are all parabolic. All the sellers are in, so take your pick. Canadian Swiss looks good. You can take your target to 65.10. Actually, it's sitting on 66.15 now, isn't it? So further downside momentum will mean we have a target of 63.53. So there's a liquidity zone here. So just keep an eye on that. If the price does this, it might bounce off that. Then you might get further downside from that momentum. Euro Swiss to the downside. This is a better trade than the Canadian Swiss. As you can see, it's holding on to that support line, 96.96, up there, as you can see. So we do need to see this break down. If it does, then of course it's going to break down to 94.02. Aussie Swiss is looking very, very good, even better, because it had already broken this support line already. A pullback back up to 58.72 is then going to go for this high liquidity, very strong area on demand, 56.66. The New Zealand Swiss broken through liquidity, this demand area. So that's interesting, isn't it? So down to 52.58. That's it for the trends. So I'll keep you posted every day, of course, for VIP members. If you're interested in becoming a VIP member, just click on the links below. Have a good weekend.